All right, the next lesson. I think this might be the easiest one in this unit because this is one where you actually probably should use a formula. And if you use a formula, it's pretty straightforward. The good news is you get the formulas, you don't have to memorize them. Okay, so it's surface area of cones and spheres. So two formulas you're going to need to know. All right, and again, you get to memorize it. You don't have to memorize them, you'll get them. Okay, the first one is for a cone. Here it is. This is the surface area of a cone. So pretty straightforward. Pi times the radius times slant height plus pi r squared. The pi r squared, that's the circle on the bottom. Okay, so this pi rs, that's the sort of the slant of the cone, and that's why it's hard to not use a formula, because if you don't know what what would that shape be like if you took a cone and peeled it out? I don't even know what that shape turns out to be if you open that up and try to make it. It's not a rectangle, it's a strange shape. You can't use a different formula. This is the only one that you can use. Okay, so let's try it. Surface area of a cone, pi rs plus pi r squared. As simple as, what's the radius? 2. What's the slant height? Oh, shoot. I don't know that. Okay, I'm going to come back to that. Plus pi times 2 squared. So why don't I know the slant height? Well, what I do know is the height. It's 7. So if I draw this triangle, the radius is 2. Okay, I can figure out what this value is. So using Pythagoras, all right, really quickly, we'll call this c. So it's going to be 7 squared plus 2 squared is c squared. So 49 plus 4 is c squared. So 53 is c squared. C is the root of 53. Okay, let's put that in there. That way I don't have to worry about decimals for now. Okay, so grab your calculator. We're going to go pi times 2 times the root of 53 plus pi times 4, 2 squared. So what do I get? I get 58.3 feet squared. Okay, so pretty straightforward. The surface area of a cone. All right, let's try another one. Oh, this is a little bit different. Let me just write out the formula again. Pi rs plus pi r squared. It says the lateral area, not including the base. The base is the circle. So let's get rid of the circle part, the pi r squared. It tells me that the lateral area is 220. All right, it also tells me that the diameter is 10. So that means the radius is 5. So how do I find S, the slant height? Well, this is just some algebra. If I divide both sides by 5 pi, it's going to cancel this out. So I divide this by 5 pi. And so the slant height will be 14 centimeters. Okay, now it asks you also to find the height. Okay, so we got to find the height. So to do that, technical issue there. To do that, let's draw it out here. Okay, it tells us the radius is 5 because the diameter was 10. We just figured out the slant height is 14. So now we can find out what the height is. To do that, again, we'll use Pythagoras. Okay, so height squared is going to be 14 squared minus 5 squared. So the height squared turns out to be 171, and so the height turns out to be 13.1. If in doubt, 1 decimal is good. When you get a little further, we're going to be more precise. We'll use more decimals, but for grade 10, this is good. Okay, next formula you'll need to know, probably the easiest one, and I mean that, the area of a ball or a sphere. Okay, and it's as easy as, if you recognize that it's a sphere, you just have to use the formula, 4 pi r squared. The squared gives you the hint that it's surface area. Okay, because every time we do area, we always find squared. So surface area is going to be 4 times pi times 1.5 squared, because it says diameter is 3. So surface area, we just type that in the calculator, and you get 28.3 inches squared. Okay, pretty straightforward. No complications there. Go ahead and do the next exercise, and we will continue with the next lesson.